We're talking about bank accounts that actually work with your PayPal account to make it full-fledged, allowing you to make payments with your PayPal as well as withdraw, which is the most important part where we have issues. So in this video, I'm just going to round up the 3 banks that I have been testing out and have found works with PayPal and you might have success with. So I'm going to list them in order of the most unstable to the most stable. Now, the first one is Clever. This is a company that came under my radar very recently and I've been testing them out. And I was able to successfully link my Clever Bank USD account to both of my PayPal accounts actually. And after a while, I made a withdrawal, and then after a while, PayPal removed the bank accounts from my PayPal. So I'm not sure what's happening there, if it's just my account or maybe it will work for other people. So which is why I said I'm going to list it from the most unstable to the ones that are stable. So I think Clever Banking might be unstable. It may work, it may not work. But so I think it's worth trying to create a Clever account and get a USD account and see if it will work permanently for you on your PayPal. The second option is Wise personal account, not the business account, at least not at the time of making this video. So after creating my US LLC, I went on to create a business account with my US LLC on Wise, hoping that I was going to get a US bank account for my business and it will work with PayPal and everything. But it turned out that that's not the case. At the time of making this video, Wise does not allow non-US residents create US bank accounts on a Wise business account.
You made it? Give me my money back.
But on personal accounts, for some reason, they allow you to have a USD account. So I'm not sure what the logic is there. I'm also guessing that it could be from their partnering banks, because they partner with real banks to be able to carry out this transaction. So I'm guessing that's where the problem is, and it might be resolved later in the future. The personal accounts are your best bet. Not only do you get a USD bank account, but it works with PayPal. I'm currently using it right now to withdraw from my PayPal account. So you should give that a shot. And Wise USD bank accounts are almost always guaranteed to work with PayPal from all of my testings. I've tried them on 3 different bank account PayPal accounts, and they linked properly. I withdraw to them, do everything, and I've been using it for, I think it's the one I've been using for the longest time, and it has not failed me. It's just been working. So Wise might be your best bet. It's not easy to create the account, but yeah, it definitely will work. Now, the third one is one that came under my radar very recently also, and they are called GrabrFi. I hope I'm not butchering the name, but yeah, GrabrFi allows freelancers and solopreneurs and digital professionals to create an account and then have USD bank accounts, and there's just a lot that you can do with this bank account. It's a lot more full-fledged. It's a lot more like Wise in a sense. It's a lot more stable. So I think it's the most stable one for you right now. To create and be able to link to you get a USD account and link to your PayPal account for withdrawal. I've tested it extensively for a couple of months now, and I've been able to withdraw, do everything as normal, no issues at all. The only downside to GrabrFi, I think, will be the process of creating the account. It took about 2, maybe 3 weeks for them to verify my account after creation. It just stayed on pending, and they told me they were going to reach back to me. I'd even forgotten about the thing before I got an email that said my account was now fully functional and I can go ahead and use it as I want. And ever since, it's been amazing. So you want to be patient with GrabrFi. Just go through the process. The opening process is quite easy. They're going to walk you through everything, but after you submit your documents and everything, just give them some time, be patient, and hopefully they're going to verify your account, and then you have your USD accounts that would most likely work with PayPal. Now, one thing to keep in mind is all of these accounts that we talk about on the channel, and the 3 I've particularly shared on this video, they are not easy to create. Like I just talked about GrabrFi. Wise is also very difficult, especially if you don't live in the US, or you live outside of the US, you live in Nigeria like me. It's difficult. Wise particularly because you have to fund the account for the first time to become fully activated and to become functional. So I think Wise requires you to fund it with $20 for the first time. It's always a problem for Nigerians to find cards, even if you have your money. It's always a problem to find cards that would work for you to be able to fund your Wise for the first time. And then there's all these loopholes you have to jump through. But for Wise, to give you a pro tip, if you have a Payoneer virtual card, it will almost always work. The second thing is GrabrFi. I find that their cards seem to work where most other virtual cards in Nigeria right now don't work. So if you create a GrabrFi account, you can actually use it to create a Wise account. But one sure way to create a Wise account and fund it for the first time will be to use the P2P route. So maybe you go on a platform like Binance or one of these P2P platforms like maybe ATM, and then set up a transaction for somebody to fund your new Wise account for the first time, and then maybe you pay them in Naira or in PayPal transfer or something. Then they will have your account funded for that first time and then become fully activated. So that is how I usually create new Wise account. But back to the point I was making, it's quite difficult to create these accounts like the Clever, the Wise, and the GrabrFi, and pretty much any other account that I share on the channel and any other new bank accounts. They often ask for documents. They often have a wait period for them to verify everything, all the documents you've sent. But I think it's well worth the trouble. And keep in mind, you only do this once. A lot of people complain all the time about how difficult it is. But I think if you have them once and protect your accounts, they can be an asset to your business, especially if you have a pretty decent freelance business or you are a solopreneur and you know that this is actually going to save you a ton of trouble. Then it's well worth it to go through the trouble one time of having all of these accounts, and then you know that you are sorted when it comes to collecting money. Now, the links to all of these platforms I've shared with you will be in the description. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will try to answer all of them.